Hey guys, I've got a new project today. A friend of mine contacted me and told me about this knife. He asked me if I make folding knives, and I don't. I never have made a folding knife. But what he wants is a Scandinavian grind knife, blade, to go in this knife. This is a, if I'm reading it right, it's a Mel Pardue design Benchmade folder. So what I'm going to do, the first thing is I'm going to take the blade out of this so I can see what the blade looks like, and then I've got to come up with a way to make some stock, to take some stock and make a Scandinavian profile blade that will be interchangeable in this body. Okay, this piece is, I'm guessing it's something like 1/10 of an inch, 0.10 inches in thickness. Another friend of mine sent me this piece of an old, really big circular saw blade. It looks like it is about the same thickness. Not for sure, but right now this piece is it's not annealed. It's way too hard for me to do any work with, so the first thing I'm going to have to do is anneal this. I know that's what I'm going to have to do. Second thing is, I actually want to make him two blades. I want to make him one that's stock removal, and then this right here, this is some 1/8 inch thick 01 steel. This I think I'm going to forge him a blade out of, and then he'll have two that he can choose from to decide which to put back in the body of his knife. Okay, I'm going to heat this up until it's red hot, and then I'm going to wrap it in this ceramic blanket to allow it to cool down very, very slowly. And while that's happening, and that'll take a couple of hours, while that's happening, I'll get to work on forging some stuff out of this 01. Heats up. Okay, what I've done in this short time is I've got a rough outline similar to the original blade. I put a notch back here, which is going to be part of the arresting notch. I've thinned it out to where it's a little thicker than this blade because I am going to do some filing and shaping of it. I've got the primary bevel along through here. Now I've done a lot of forging on this piece, and what I've discovered is that when you forge steel, the grain structure, when you get it really hot, the grain structure likes to grow. Large grain structure makes for a weaker blade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shock this blade. I'm going to get it hot and then quench it quickly in water. I could do it in oil, but I don't want to quench it really, I just want to shock it. And as you shock it, those grains go back into smaller size. Alright, now the next step, before I start really investing a lot of effort into shaping all this here, is to do some sanding and grinding on this to make sure I've got a decent looking bevel and to make sure that I've got enough mass to make a nice blade out of, and then also to make sure that I've got the right thickness. Because if I've made this too thin, I'm just going to have to start over again. It's very tough to make thin metal thick. Much easier to make thick metal thin. Okay, the moment of truth. I've got the little, I think they're copper shims in here, one on either side, and those are the same ones that were with the original blade, and I've got it at just the proper thickness, so that's great. Now the blade itself is a little bit long, and I'm going to have to do some more shaping on it, but I can pull these out of here without losing any of them. I've got two fairly well-defined bevels. I think what I'm going to do is make sure I get the right length, and then instead of using the power tools, I'm going to use hand filing to make sure I get these nice and smooth. So that's all it's going to be for this video. I may show a follow-up video later showing this blade in this body. But for right now, that's the process I went through to forge a blade that's going to fit into this folder. Thanks for watching.